Forest fire is one of the burning issues right now around the world.
अगर यही पोशन रोज यही पोशन रोज जंगल रूद दजान यह मसन वारा 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 गि नार बन कुन यह खतर यह बस्ती वाले
कंपार्टमेंट 52 और 53 में आग लगी है। हम यहाँ सदर औकाफ के पास आए हैं, गाँव मुलिका गाँव है, दौदवगन गाँव। तो उन्होंने आज सवेरे मस्जिद शरीफ में तकरीबन 5:30 बजे ऐलान किया है। इनकी वसातत से, इनकी मदद से हमने तकरीबन आग बुझाने में थोड़ी कामयाबी पाई है। जिस वक्त ये आग लगी है उस वक्त शाम के 6 बजे थे। ताप से आग नीचे आई है। आग लगने की वजूहत पता नहीं हुए, क्योंकि यहाँ बकरवालों का ट्रैक है। यहाँ से कोई जंगल में बीड़ी पीता है, सिगरेट पीता है, तो उसकी वजह से आग लगने के चांसेस बहुत बढ़ जाते हैं।
Forests provide us a number of economic goods and ecosystem services. And these forest fires or wildfires that we commonly call them as, they can be either caused by very natural factors or they can be induced by the human activities. And if you look at the global trend right now, the incidence of forest fires is increasing dramatically at the global level. And this is something that we also witness here in the Kashmir Himalayan context.
Very recently, there was a report of Forest Survey of India, which has described that more than 300 square kilometers of forests are degraded either by deforestation or forest fire in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. And the cheapest method right now we can avail is we have to take board the local communities. Look, we don't have enough resources in the forest department, and they will never be able to control the forest fire or any other damage in the forest, because our forest area is very huge, our topography is very tough, and it's not possible for a forest officer to look after the 1,000 hectare of forest area. It is something which is beyond their control. We cannot blame them for this. So the cheapest and the best method is we have to win the trust of local communities. We already have the joint forest management committees, I think, in every forest division of the state. But we haven't used them till date. We haven't taken them board in the decision making right now.
You see, it was only in Kashmir we have the sacred groves. Pohu and Hatab sacred grove found in Lolab Valley, that is more than 120 years old patch of forest without all these concepts. No carbon trading, carbon development mechanism, no carbon, hue and cry for climate change, erratic weather patterns, and no such kind of agreements, Paris summit, this and that. And without that, our earlier foray, we quote Sheikhul Alam, Unposh Teli Ili Poshi, 14th century quote. You see, when there was no problem of pollution, there were no roads, no vehicles, no plastic, and still that was the vision. So I think even today, that community conservation efforts, where our elderly wisdom have conserved the water bodies are the forest patches, and that is the basically conserving these things means helping in the quality environment.
आयतुल्ला से यहाँ पे आ गए। आयतुल्ला पे अभी आग थी, मॉडर में आग थी, नूपुरा में आग थी, सब यहाँ पे आ गए आग बचाने के लिए, पेड़ बचाने के लिए। हमने बहुत ही, मेरे दोस्त ने, मेरे इन लोगों ने, बहुत ही भाई बहनों ने बहुत ही तरीके से पेड़ को बचाया। देखिए हाथों को क्या में हमें हो गया, कपड़ों को, जूतों को क्या हो गया हमें।
There is one simple formula to control these forest fires, even prevent these fires. We have to create the forest fire channels. Whenever we see, because these, our pine forests, particularly Pinus roxburghiana and Pinus wallichiana, these are more prone to the forest fires because their twigs get dried up very easily, and during the months of summer they can get the fire very easily. So we have to create the fire gaps as well as the fire channels in those particular areas.
On the one hand, we are taking so much labor to raise plants in nurseries, then going for mass scale plantations in different seasons, and ultimately when we get all this deflected by the forest fires incidents, in one go you can say in few days whole of the forest is burnt.
यमो साम के सब के नाल यमो सान गजान आब से मगर आब कदर छन कुन जाय के मस बहुत वजह यो होय प्रत कुन जा जंगल नार के चलानस।
The forests are being set on fire by the timber mafia in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. They usually do it to actually remove any proof of the trees they cut for smuggling.
One fundamental constraint which Jammu and Kashmir government is witnessing is that of funding. We don't have much funding. Hardly, I think, a few lakhs rupees. For preparation of forest lands, we have to send our teams to the forest. So for that also you need mobilize the funds. Then they need equipment, firefighting equipment of high order, that kind of their clothing, even the water storage tankers, even there used to be a Jammu and Kashmir Forest Department used to have a helicopter also. So far we are dependable only on the traditional firefighting methods, which are not that I think commensurate the extent of fire we are witnessing these days.
We have a huge chunk of wasteland that exists in our Kashmir Valley or J&K as a whole. Like we at the faculty of forestry have a degraded patch of land which is to the tune of 50 hectares, more than 1,000 canals of land, and you can see it's whole rocky, it's whole barren. Now to convert this, and it looks like that it has never been forested before. We cannot dig pits manually here, and we require a JCB to do the same, but we took an initiative to build this land into a forest, and we hope that in the upcoming times contribute to the different needs of our society.
चार बजे नहीं वहाँ रचने क्या नहीं वहाँ रचने ये जंगल ही बेच आठ मंथ यमन साइडन मज यत जंगल आसे आठ मंथ बड़ कफारत तमाम तोले क्या जंगल वो मन सुबह साजिब ये मसा ये कि शीन ओ के जंगल छ शीन ये मन रोद शीन ये कुल अमे मूजूब दरिया शीन नत कत दरि इथे पटे आश ये दरा शीन ये के कुल लगिस ना इंशाअल्लाह रहमान ये साथ ये बात नो यत अलग से बाहर.
In Kashmir Valley, we have around about 800 species which have medicine value, and they are growing mainly under the cover of forests. So if we will destroy our forests, we will lose those 800 species of medicinal plants, because there is a correlation between forest trees and those medicinal plants. How? Because these forest trees, they provide mycorrhizal association to these medicinal plants.
The best gifts of nature to mankind, most of the rural people derive their livelihood from the forests directly or indirectly. Unfortunately, we are losing this green cover and the diverse flora and fauna, especially the medicinal plants. It's high time to start conservation of these species before it is too late.
So conserving forest means really having the sustainable economy, sustainable livelihoods, sustainable development, and there lies the future of our coming generations. And if we spoil ecology, ultimately our coming generations, future generations, they will have to pay a heavy price.
Forest fire has also its impact on the loss of glaciers as well as the scarcity of the fresh water. The forest fires have actually accelerated this problem for us. We have so many areas right now where we don't have enough drinking water available to the local people, particularly due to the loss of forests to these fires as well as the deforestation.
So you must have heard of Shimla. In Shimla, for the last 5-10 days, people are not getting water. And then there are cities which may become the 0 day. No water will be available. 21 cities in India, they have been labelled as they are going to hit very badly with this water scarcity. So this forest cover conservation is linked with the water availability in the coming days, and future wars may be the water war.
जंगल बचाइए, हमें पेड़ इतने ऑक्सीजन देते, अगर हमने पेड़ ही खत्म किए, हम कैसे बचेंगे? आप बताइए, हम कैसे बचेंगे? हम बचेंगे? नहीं बचेंगे.